Check, check. Check, check. I gotta re-enable my YouTube chat again. Tries to disable for this live stream. Fucking liar. Fucking liar, man. Alright, looks like I'm gonna have to do some dually type shit. That'll do it. Alright. Then I just have to make this stuff shorter. Put the mixers there. Seed transitions like that. Alright. Alright, give me a second here. Just give me a second here and I'll be right back. Actually, let me figure out an overlay to do. There's a whole overlay thing I know I can do. Actually, never mind. I'm not gonna fuck with all that right now. What is on YouTube? It's your boy Rex here, and today I got some educational fucking videos for once, alright? So today, I'm going to be taking you over a mid lane and 2 top lane games I believe I have set for y'all. So today we have the first mid lane game. Spoiler alert, I go 22, 1, and 16 at the end of this game. Okay, so this is a banger of a game, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Of course, I'm playing Swain. And we have on our team a Zahen, Hecarim. I'm actually duoing with this Hecarim here. We got myself as Swain, a Caitlyn, and a Fiddlesticks support. And then on the enemy team, we have a Vayne top lane, a Talon jungle, a Sylas mid lane, which is going to be my lane enemy, a silver AD carry, and a Taric, or Taric, as however you want to say his name, as the enemy supports. Okay. So, going into this game, my thought process here is Sylas, I am probably going to get fucked in lane. Pretty fucking bad. Okay? So if we go ahead and take a look at their enemy team comp, they have Vayne, Talon, Sylas, Sivir, and Taric. I actually don't remember what items I got this game. I believe I started off with a Frozen Heart. I could actually just... yeah, it looks like I started off with a Frozen Heart here, and then went into the Leandries, Bloodletters, Witchmaker, and picking up the boots at some point. So the reason why I went Frozen Heart here is actually because the Vayne and Sivir mostly, they're both 80, they're both auto attackers, and so having the Frozen Heart would slow their attacks down, especially with the Sivir boomerangs. The ones that bounce between the 4 times between the enemy creeps and the enemies. And then I also got it for the Taric because while he doesn't auto attack a lot, he still has some auto attacking. And then I also kind of got it for the Sylas, but not so much for the slow. It was just mostly for the 3 AD options as well. They're the 3 the Vayne, the Talon, and the Sivir mostly. So going into this laning phase, I'm gonna push up a little bit. I always like playing around the middle here, and then I drop a ward in the bottom side of the mid lane bush here, because I thought Sylas was maybe camping out there, but he was actually under tower. So the important thing to note is that this Sylas is running a Flash Ignites setup, as you can see here on the side, and he's also running the Conqueror page. Very standard Sylas page. Yeah. Here I'm running my beloved fucking the Deathfire Touch page with the Flash and TP. And if I go here, I can actually show you the exact page I used here. So if we go over here, oh, that is not it. Also, it's raining outside, so everything's a little slow. Alright, runes. Sorry for the slowness, everybody. So here, this is the page that I run in 99% of my games as a mid and top laner. Actually, I run these regardless. Deathfire Touch, Mana Flow Band, Transcendence, Scorch, Conditioning, and Overgrowth. I'll just go ahead and briefly touch over these. Deathfire Touch, a lot of lane pressure can be applied to multiple enemies in a teamfight scenario. And then Mana Flow Band, it's just for the mana regen. This is the only mana regen rune that I have here. Transcendence, simply just ability haste. So if you hover over here, just a bunch of ability haste, and then on champ takedowns or kills, reduce the cooldowns of your basic abilities by 20%. So if you get takedowns during your ultimate, you know, you'll get your like Q, your W, your E faster. And then lastly, Scorch, just to enhance the lightning pressure that Deathfire Touch already has. And then I run the green tree for conditioning and overgrowth. Overgrowth because I am not the greatest at CSing, So every time a minion dies around you, you'll get a tiny bit of max health, which also synergizes with your passive as well, as your passive will increase your permanently increase your max HP. And then conditioning is just an overall, just a really good pickup. Yeah, it's just extra defensive stats, and then also increases whatever defensive stats you already have by 3%. So all in all, it's just a pretty solid page. So back to the laning phase here. I'll give it a minute. There we go. So back to the laning phase here. I just want to focus mainly on the farming and poking out the Silas as much as I can. Apologies for the lag. There we go. So here I'm just focusing on the CS. I'm on the red side. I'm on top side. So I'm just going to be focusing mostly on CSing and trying to get a general lead over the Silas. So as you can see, I start Q here, and I believe the Silas started E with the dash. And as you can see, he tries to go in, he fails, so I throw my Q out to punish him a little bit. Alright, and as you can see, he's already down a quarter of HP. I have been barely touched, which is really, really good. So we're just back to the laning phase. Just trying to get some CS down, some poke down. Whenever you try not to drop CS like I just did. Here I throw my E, it goes wide, so I go back. He ends up igniting here. So I just kite back to my tower, I throw a Q out. I ping here in the chat that Silas used to ignite. This is something I don't see a lot of people do, and this is something I wish people did. So here, let's back it up a little bit.
I am martyred.
As you can see, I spoiled it a little bit. Hold on. I don't use this replay system all that much. So as you can see, I get ignited, I kite back. Yeah, then I end up using my first potion here because I am here, so he goes in, I throw the E behind him, I throw the Q out, and then he just is stupid enough to stay in lane, and I just auto-attack him to death, giving me the first blood here. So now, my main focus here is to just push out the wave, make sure I'm not dropping any creeps. I throw my E, try to get more creeps. I believe I get the cannon here, and then I miss that creep. And then here I'm saving on about 700 things of gold, 700 gold I believe. I do not want to, oops, it's fine. I believe there was an option to interfuse. I thought there was an option. Alright. As you can tell, I don't have a whole lot of experience with this. So here, I get first blood. Unfortunately, wait, what? Oh, also, I Fiddlesticks managed to get a kill here. So now I'm just sitting in base, thinking a little bit. I grab a amp tone, a boots, and the green pots. I sold my one red pot to get the green pot. All in all, people say that it's a bad thing to do, but in my opinion, not so bad. So now we're just going to walk back to lane. Walk back to lane here. Wait in the middle. Put a little bit of poke. Silas walks into my E. Place my W. We get nice double stacks there. He's back down to about quarter HP. I grab my CS. I push the lane a little bit, trying to crash it again. Throw my E a little wide, that's fine. Now at this point we're just like playing around. I'm just trying to look for moments to he goes in here. I place W on my feet to get myself healing. My E goes barely just wide, but I just end up kiting backwards. I use my first green potion here. And then I just want to get rid of this wave before it crashes onto my tower. I end up dropping cannon. Unfortunate. I get the level 5 here. I level up my Q to 3 points. And now you can see I just do a lot of damage to my Q. Silas tries to goes in, I punish him with his EW, and then I just kite backwards, and then he just dies to the Q again. So at this point I am 2-0. My headroom's 1-0. I get the $100 or the 100 gold bounty. All in all, my team's looking pretty fucking solid right now. So now I just base because I'm on low resources, low mana. So I base, I get my resources back, and I grab the Faded Ashes I'm building towards the, I believe it was the Leandries I was building for initially, then I swapped to the Frozen Heart. Oh no, I'll have to remember as the game goes on. But right now, we're staying at a solid 2-0 lead, also a CS lead as well, and $1,000 or 100 gold bounty. But the Faded Ash is at 5 minutes, just about. As you can see, the Faded Ashes are really putting in some work on clearing the wave here. And now I just push it in. I get my ulti off. I get my ulti here. And then I start roaming bot side to try to get some impact in. End up arriving a little too late here, which is fine. And then Hecarim, I go for the Spell Crab. I throw a Q down, and then I actually go back to lane because Silas is about to push it in. So I just rotate back to my tower. And then here I ping that the Silas will have ulti. And then I clear away pretty fast. And then I rotate down to try to get Dragon with the Hecarim. Go here. Talon and Erica here. Scare him off a little bit, and then we just go for Dragon ourselves. And we grab the Silence. Silence goes in. I kite back because I'm starting to get low. And then here, I go for Carrot. Very, very solid team fight there. All that was just a matter of just kiting back, making sure I wasn't dying, because since I have the now 300 gold bounty. So now at this point, it's just a matter of just keeping my money and keeping the bounty to myself. So I run around inside. So yes, I actually end up buying the Leandries first, getting the Haunted Guys next. The reason I went Leandries here first instead of, say, the Frozen Heart that I ended up building later was because I'm mainly focusing on the Silas and the fact that he has a lot of healing in his kit. So by getting the Leandries, I am kind of countering his healing and also adding additional pressure with my Deathfire Touch and my Scorch as well from the Blue Tree. So let's go ahead and carry on. And real quick, I'll talk about my summoners. I'm running Flash and TP this game. Flash, as always, and I picked TP here instead of Ghost, mainly because I was thinking I was going to have a very hard lane against Silas, which has, to this point, been proven wrong. So, otherwise I would run the Ghost and, pick the Ghost instead to help my ability to run people down. Anyways. Heading back into the lane, I return back to lane. So I see that Silas is throwing my Q a little wide, that's fine. I throw a W down at bot lane, and it didn't hit anybody, but it did help the Fiddlesticks secure the silver pick. I get my level 7 here. And again, I'm just looking to farm hard and to poke this Silas out. Here I'm moving a little crazy because I'm trying to dodge exactly that. I had thought that the Silas was going to be able to hit me with his chains, so that's why I threw the W at my feet. So when he does dash in, if he did, I would actually get a stack off of my passive, and it will also heal me for a decent chunk at this level. And that is one of the tricks I love using on Swain, is throwing W down at my feet. And then also there is another tech that you could do with your E, is that if you throw your E and it lands on somebody, but they're on top of you, like say, you throw it at the Silas, but the Silas right here, and the E connected, I would be able to recast my E and knock him back to here, giving myself a little distance. So just a little something to that I just wanted to add on there. We summon the gameplay. My E goes wide. Just, again, fine. Here we're just looking to farm and poke out a little bit. Here I land my E, so I pull him back, walk up, and press an IQ, give a little more poke, farming hard. Silas ends up stealing my ultimate, so I do play back a little further than I normally would, and then also spot the Talon. I'm rotating to the top side camps. So here I'm just staying in lane, because I know that if I could get... And then Silas actually goes in here, misses the E, so I end up punishing him. And then Silas, I believe, just ends up dying here. Ends up all-laning me. So I just pop the ult and save, Silas, and then I just walk away to my demon player, and I believe I pushed away. I spammed the emote a little bit, and then I pushed away. So at this point, 400 gold bounty, 501. So I can come back here, base once again, and then here I believe I have the Leandri spot. Actually, I sit in here, I believe, for the Leandris. Yep, I sat in here for the Leandris. So let's speed it up a little bit. Running back to lane. Don't need my TP just yet. Here I communicate a little bit with the Hecarim, since I am doing with the Hecarim. We decide to try to go up to the grubs. So here I'm just prepping the area a little bit. Nice spot the Talon. And then I just try to scare the Talon off a little bit. I communicate to my Hecarim that he is going to be taking the Scuttle. And then here, I do something a little cheeky. I steal the Scuttle with my Q. So now Hecarim finished up his Raptors. And now I believe we walk over. I see that the Silas is down in bot. So I just want to push out this mid wave and push up on the tower. Try to. So he loses creeps. And then our Hecarim, in the meantime, goes up top lane to try to get the main, which he eventually does. So now I just go up there because I saw the Talon, and then I'll just fall back and start the grubs from. So at this point I am pretty strong. I am the only one with a completed item at this point. Not surprising for a 5-0 with the Swain here. This is what Swain excels at. Taking camps. So the Talon decides to go in and try to take a grub. He ends up flashing from chases, and we secure the grubs for ourselves. So here I just grab the plant and return back to lane. Here, I just push out wave again. Push out wave under tower. And I run bot side again. I see bot side is pushed up a little bit. So I just go down. Try to see if I can make something happen here. Which ends up, I'm pretty sure nothing ends up happening. Just back up here. cast my Demon Slayer, just trying to live at this point. The Silas ignores me completely, goes back completely, responding, I'm winning this. Get a nice double kill off of one Q, and then I get chased down, another Q, and then the Beyonders finishes the job for me, gave me the triple kill here. Unfortunately, I did end up giving over my 450 gold bounty here. So let's just fast forward a little bit. So here, running back to lane. Right now, I have the Glacial Buckler, sorry, that I will be building into the Frozen Heart next. Again, the Frozen Heart is for the Vein and Sivir mostly. As well as giving me some armor for the Talon. Here I actually AFK because, as some of you may know, I have a job, and so my boss called me. So we're just gonna fast forward through all this. Alright, where am I at? It's still in the call, unfortunately. Still in the call. Gotta make my way bot side to try to do something maybe. And then I return back from my call and return back to mid lane. Unfortunately, that was an unfortunate call time. So I just grabbed 4 minions here. Silas has now caught up with me. And so now my job here is again poke and get this shoved. Silas walks up, lands down the minion. Silas goes to all in, Talon 2, I transform, and I just kite back. Silas keeps fighting me, and then I get caught under tower. He flashes,
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
and then re-engages with Talon with my ulti, that doesn't matter because he is dead once again. Now my dogs, once again, push on the tower, and spend my money. Here we grab a plate. Here I really wanted to try to get that Talon, but we ended up not going for it. So we just ended up grabbing our 2 plates. I put this back out under, using all my spells. And then I just fall back. And then here, I actually spam ping a little bit to for them to engage on the Sivir since the Taric is mid lane. So now here I believe I grabbed the Frozen Heart completed item, and then I actually take a moment, and now I believe this was the what was this purchase that I was working towards next? It was, what was it again? Was it the Riftmaker here? No, that doesn't sound right. Let's see. Yes, the loading not that takes forever. Actually, it was towards the Bloodletter's Curse. The reason for the Bloodletter's Curse here is because Silas now has the Merc Boots upgrade, and also the Taric also has Merc Boots, and then also since the Silas is actually no, that's pretty much it. And then also because I'm pretty strong at this point, and Bloodletters already shreds the base MR that that you already have. So that is my goal here, is to shred that remaining MR that naturally occurs and just go wild. So here Silas ends up grabbing the plate and falling back, and then also the hens here. So Silas just tries to run away. Here I snipe with the W, getting the Talon. And then here, kind of double peek. And then I transform and just go keep moving more here. Grabbing the turret. Grabbing the Sivir somehow. And then also grabbing the Silas for a nice little triple kill. So here, I'm 13, 1, and 2. very, very good game for mid lane Swain. Now I base and just spend my money. Excuse me. So now I believe I grab Phoenix Codex and also an Amptum to start building towards the hunting guys. Then again we walk towards lane. If I remember correctly, I've only used TP twice this game, simply because I just did not. I just haven't had any value, so I'm using it to just return to lane. Here, I rotate towards the river to grab the blue buff, sorry. And then I see that they want to go for dragon. Hecarim also wants to go for dragon. Again, I'm in the discord call with this Hecarim. Right, step to break out. Right, the Hecarim. Grab the Sivir. Character also dies. Caitlyn. And then here I end up burning the flash trying to get the Talon, but it's alright. I'm pretty strong. Pretty much nothing can kill me unless they 1v5 me. Alright, so at this point, 14-1-3. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. So here, I'm just pushing out wave as fast as possible. Grab the plate, satisfy the ambush here. Here, this becomes a very, very even 1v1 with Silas. Back because I am slightly concerned about the amount of healing that this guy has. Thankfully, and Caitlyn comes in for the rescue. The Hen also tries to come in, but here I'm just going to go ahead and base since I'm on low HP, and I believe I have the boilers here. Oh, I can cancel it. Yeah, I don't need my money here. So now I base. Try to. Here I spam thing that I really want to get back, want to base, to get that Bloodletters purchase. And then here I also ping that out in EP. Here, yep, I get the Bloodletters. And then here I actually end up running back to lane. And then I single to my team to go ahead and start a fight. Simply because I can TP. And then also because I'm just about there, but it looks like the blue team really isn't wanting to look for that fight. So I just end up making my way back to lane. And then here, find a nice double. Yeah, it was unfortunate that I didn't get the second kill, but it's alright, we chillin'. At least I picked up the quadrant. Now at this point, I am pretty considerably fed. I've been fed this entire game, but this is on another level. I'm surprised if we can FF at this point. Alright, so we could go back and spend our money. As you can see, they tried to surrender. So here I actually end up grabbing the Sork shoes, mainly because they're not focusing on me all that much. And then also because I just want to up the amount of damage I can do. Since I am fed, I have a shit ton of stacks. Like if we go ahead and click on me, I have 960 stacks, or 960 bonus health, which is pretty nice, pretty nice. Nice for, it's not perfect, but it's pretty nice. Here I try to catch the vein out. Go slow on the action there. And now we just want to try to clear out some troops. We just choke them out a little bit. Here, I really want to try to fight again because I am just like really strong. Talon gets caught out with an idiot. Here, I just have to go. I just go down. And they just have to respect. Back on the silver here. Now we're just trying to clear away. Silas got to 1v1 and 1v2 and ends up being owned. Now we just go ahead and take our tower here. To retain that Silas can stay advantage. But here, I kind of want to attack. I want to look for that back. Because I want it back here. I want to kill the Talon with a nice little prediction of the E. But I just want it back here so I can get my... I actually don't remember what buy did. I just got it. No, I just ended up buying the hunting guys. And then we just run back to lane. Here I am ready to TP in for a fight. Here I just pinged that my ultimate is almost up, and I'm going to be looking for another fight soon. Here, just pushing up mid wave. And then I rotate bot because I see that Sivir is kind of pincered. And then also go to the side bad prediction of an E. Here I just intentionally be over. I was walking around to a lopsided or I'm sorry, the Talon ends up grabbing the terrace. And Zahen gets the Talon hit. So now I want it back here. Because I want to get my Wreckmaker. Clear out the ward real quick. And then end up going to the mid lane to push out the wave. Here, I just want to push out the wave, knowing that Silas can pretty much do nothing to me unless I want to do enough. He copies my ults. Here, I don't have an ultimate, so I'm really just looking to fight back towards my team. And here, and we just went down, so I just got to my ultimate for nothing. But it's alright. So I can still fight. Here, Colin guys going for a flip, and this one ends up healing down the edge. Terrace here. Here, I'm just trying to get the fuck out of here. Here I grab, I believe, the Riftmaker. No, I'm not on the Riftmaker just yet, so I just end up running back lane using the gate here. Oh, actually, this is where I farm the Raptors to get the Riftmaker, actually. Which is a nice little swungle action. Let's quickly base again. I get the Riftmaker in my pocket. And then I am actually looking at the minimap. And then IT hit for the fight. 2 hits, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy at all here. Speed things up a little bit.
I never miss.
And then they surrendered. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alright. So, for the next game, I believe it was the top lane game that I had. Over here, this, let's see, was it the top lane game? Excuse me. No, it was actually 2 support games that I had planned out. Let's see. Actually, you know what? I am not a fan of support, so I'm just going to cut the video here. Bye-bye.